Tell my business. Ain't that something? All right, so I want to talk to you first about rejection. Rejection is a spirit that's avoided because to kill it, you're going to have to confront it.
Come on now.
Okay? It's rejection that's causing the most damage because instead of conquering it, we covering it. Okay? So how destructive is this spirit? It had the power to make Jesus feel forsaken. Okay? So Matthew 27 verse 45 is a popular scripture. The scriptures say that now in the 6th hour there was darkness all over the land until the 9th hour. And we know that Jesus cried out in agony with a loud voice. How many of you know that rejection will cause you agony? Yes. Okay, so with a loud voice he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Well, what Jesus told me, what he was really saying to God is, I have been obedient unto death. I did what you told me to do. So my God, why have you rejected me? You better catch that. Rejection not only caused me to live a life full of darkness, but it opened the door to many tormenting spirits that caused me agony all my life. There were periods in my life when I was mean I'm talking about Bride of Chucky, frustrated, aggravated. Don't laugh, because some of y'all is the bride of Chucky. And I came here today to diagnose you. Your problem is the spirit of rejection.
Right.
Okay? So let's talk about the entry point. When I talked to my spiritual mother and she told me what she wanted to talk about, I had already just posted something on Facebook. So I'm like, God, when did this spirit attach itself to me? So he said, tell them what I said. That it's the same entry point with every demon that has attached itself to you. That spirit or spirits attached itself to you at conception.
Yeah. Right.
This stuff happened to you in the womb of your mom. It came down the loins of your daddy. And it was housed in the womb with all them demons that your mama didn't kill. So instead of you having a spiritual nanny, you have a demonic nanny that was teaching you how to feel rejected. Oh my God. So now let me tell you something. Is this generational? Every curse is. My mother told me for years as a child how she always wanted to die. Our conversations was always around how she wanted to leave here because the only person she felt like loved her was her mother. She ended up suffering from manic depression, and I didn't know that till way after she had died, because how many of you know God will show you what you need to kill? Right. Her mama died in her early 40s, so her mama died kind of early. And that made her want to die, but her motivation was me, the unplanned pregnancy. My two older sisters are old enough to be my mother, but my mother fought to live as long as she did because she didn't want me to grow up without having a mother. So she said, I want to live long enough to watch you graduate from college. So now let me show you this, okay? So now I graduate. My mother got my college degree. And it was a joy on my mother's face because I had achieved something that nobody in my family had done. I thought my mama was so excited, and my mama looked in my face and she said, now I can go to glory.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, you want to talk about rejection? So now that thing, look, it's shaking me all over again. I have you to know I graduated Mother's Day, May. My mama was up out of here in January.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you better ask yourself somebody. When you want to talk about rejection, is it generational? Yes, I did an inventory over my life, and you can see them same deadly cycles through your family. It's generational. My parents, now let me tell my business, my parents was never married. Lied unto me until I turned 16 when the sheriff served my mama divorce papers from her current husband. Then I found out my dad was still married too. So after that, the devil always, I hope I can say this, but it is what it is. The devil always found a way to remind me that I was a bastard. So when my mama died, guess how I felt? Nobody loved me but my mama.
Right.
Okay? The same spirit my mama had was transferred to me so that I could transfer it to my kids. So what does this rejection spirit open up? Self-sabotage. Sabotage means to damage, disrupt, interfere, or it means to damage, disrupt, interfere, or stop or delay. Okay? So now check this out. The one thing you don't ever do is interrupt a woman when she about her business. That's what that spirit of rejection is designed, is to interrupt your destiny business. So now let's go deeper into my early life. I was always bigger than most children. So the fat comment started from the grown folk in my family, especially my dad and mama. I never ever had a boyfriend till 12th grade. So the devil always told me it was because I was unlovable, I wasn't attractive because I was fat. And the more unlovable I felt, the more I ate. So I started fulfilling a demonic prophecy. I was fat, but I was pretty. So that meant the boys did like me. They just liked me in secret. Oh, ain't that rejection? Because they didn't want to deal with the peer pressure from other boys. Okay? So now, guess what? My daddy was in the house, but he wasn't in the house. Okay? So don't think because your daddy wasn't there, your life would be better. Absolutely not. Some parents should have got a divorce, then your children would have been better off. Okay? So let me just move on. So now, my daddy shaped my expectations of love because he always cheated. So check this out right here, this demon that I hate. I always had a 3D seat of how side chicks get treated. When your mama was a side chick. Now God gave me this prophetic word for side chicks because we glorify that position for some reason. But I did a nugget called side chicks always get the short end of the stick. Okay, so let me move on. So when my mama died, at the season that I really needed her in my life, the spirit of rejection came against me like a tsunami wave. So guess what? My mama died. God, why did you not take the parent I hate? You gonna take the one I love? So then now, you don't love me either, God. Wow. The progression of rejection. My value and my identity was stripped. Peer pressure opened the door for suicidal thoughts as a teen. I was always different. Could not do things that my friends did because God blocked it. Now my identity is attacked because guess what? No one told me I was hid because I had a call on my life. The devil said it's because nobody loves you and your mama left you too. Sounds like a blues song. Well, that's a lie. My mama chose to leave and I had to ask God to help me accept her will. My identity is attacked, which opened the door for several things. Unhealthy relationships, men and my female friends. So I started purchasing people, trying to buy love. And that ended up temporary and tragic. It opened the door for every other type of spirit called insecurity, which shaped me to always think the worst and expect the worst. It was easy for me to play the victim because I didn't want to own my part in the situation, like Deidre said. Then the door opened for an orphan spirit, which was connected to fear. My mama gone, who gonna love me? My daddy dead, who gonna take care of me? So I just stopped this year trying to ask everybody to be my mom and dad, the folk who ain't equipped to birth me out in the spirit like this woman right here. Okay? So then all my life teased about my weight, called fat, and I ended up fulfilling a demonic prophecy spoken over me. Then it flipped. Then I started using food to comfort me. Rejection opened the door for all type of demonic soul ties and strongholds. Rejection imprisoned me in my soul. That's my mind, my will, and my emotions. Oh, Lord, I ain't got my glasses on. Okay, this is rejection, or what I call self-sabotage. Because a lot of stuff I blamed on the devil, I was killing my own destiny because I was covering up what I should have been conquering. God told me this: Satan creates the opportunity of destruction and we enforce the plan. Wow. I got a vision of Satan sitting in a chair with his arms behind his head. All he did was release the thought and then we carry out the thought. That's how he operates. Most of the damage I experienced did not come from the devil. It was self-inflicted. So what was my steps to get free? 1, control my thoughts. Being quick to cast down thoughts and every contrary word. I had to renew my mind. I had to get in the word and find out what God said about me. I counseled rejection by knowing my value and that my acceptance and validation came from God. Above all, I was a speaking spirit. That means when I speak, declare, and decree, I manifest, I shape, I produce. That's what I had to learn. So I realized in the word that I was wonderfully and fearfully made. And I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. That's why the devil's scared of me. So now, number 3. Instead of, okay, it's time for me. Okay.
Go on.
In real life.
Let's take number 3. Go on, number 3.
Okay, hold the 9. Oh, I was almost through anyway. Okay. So now, let me get right here. Instead of me pursuing stuff and things and people, I pursued my purpose. It's something about when you walk out your purpose, your value begins to increase. You don't accept no abuse. And single women, because I'm single. See, you don't end up on your back with your butt turned up if you understand your value. You can't get none of this. You can't touch this. Because see, I understand through my purpose what it is that I'm carrying. So now, my outcome. Okay, fat all my life, all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. So in conclusion, what's my outcome? I love me some God, and God taught me how to love myself some Yolanda. 20 pounds melted off me like butter, because I swim 2 to 3 times a week, 10 laps. Yeah. See, it was identity. One of my brothers said this. He said, Yolanda, whatever state you in, be a 10. So let me speak to all the plus size girls, be a 10. I ain't trying to compete with no size 8. I'm going to be a 10 in the plus size category. So stand to your feet and repeat this for me. You see that walk? In conclusion, repeat this after me. I have decided